Right. Good morning, everyone. It's Dima Khoury with Compass in Burlingame. So today is November 7th. I hope you're having a cool Saturday morning. It's definitely colder outside. And I'm going to bring you the most recent real estate market update in San Mateo County and in general in the US, what's happening. And in general, San Mateo County real estate market is still on fire. That's still great news. So to start with, as always, I start with interest rates. We're at historic low. We're at 2.80 today, which is still great news for buyers. So if you are a buyer who hasn't yet bought your property or locked in an interest rate, this is really a good time. Economists are expecting interest rates to increase next year. So let's look at some numbers and see how this will impact your purchase if you don't buy in today's market. So let me share my screen with you. All right. So again, we're at historic 2.8, 15-year fixed is 2.33%, and 5-year ARM is 2.87%. Now, as per the MBA forecast, which is the Mortgage Bankers Association chief economist, he said they forecast that mortgage rates could rise in the years to come. Now, in 2019, we were at 3.7. In 2020, on average, we're at 3%. Today, we're at 2.80%, which is really great. Probably this might be the lowest point for interest rates for the people who try to really time the market at the lowest. And 2021, they're expecting interest rates to increase up to 3.3%, and moving forward 3.6, and the year after 2023, 3.9%. So let's see how this will impact your purchase. So for a purchase price in today's interest rate, for a mortgage of $280,000, 620, the monthly mortgage payment will be $1,153. Now, if interest rates increase next year up to 3.3%, there will be an increase in the monthly payment of $148, bringing it up to $1,301. Now, we all know that the average sale price in this area, in our area in San Mateo, it's 1.5. So this number needs to be multiplied by 4 or 5 at least, which means that this number will be times 4 or 5. So we're talking about, so we need to say 148 by 4 or 5, let's say 5, and then by 12, because this is a yearly, and then we will be at around $9,000 extra we're paying if we lock in interest rates 3.3 versus 2.8. So that's the impact on the mortgage monthly payment. Now, with regards to the GDP recovery, back to my favorite slide, which is showing how the market is doing in general for the GDP. So the expectations back in April 6th, they were Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, and Morgan Stanley. They all expected a V-shaped recovery with slight variation on how fast the market will grow or bounce back. And this is now today what actually happened. So we are already bounced back, and we're at a high rate, like a high point. It's way above the baseline. The baseline is 0% GDP growth. Now, the U.S. won't be slouched when its GDP, and that's as per the Wall Street Journal. GDP numbers come out Thursday. So economists are forecasting growth at a 32% annual pace, a record-shattering number that will underscore a stronger than expected rebound from the effects of the pandemic. Now, this is what's like, that's the environment for the economy in the U.S. in general. Now, let's jump specifically into San Mateo County and see how the market is doing and in terms of activity. So the total number of properties that came on the market last week and still active are 143, and 104 of them are single family homes. So we still have the highest activity within the single family home market. Pending properties, or the properties that went in contract, are 105. 75 of them are single family homes. So we can see the ratio. We're around 70%. Uh, we're around 70% of the activity going towards single family homes. Now, the number of properties that sold or closed escrow are 98 properties, and 80 of them are single family home. Now, we can see that there is a drop in the activity in comparison to previous week. I would say 30% looking at the numbers. Now, came off market between canceled, expired, or withdrawn are 52 properties, and 37 of them are single family homes. Now, looking at the absorption rate, we're at 1.2, which means that we need a month and almost 6 days to sell all the properties that are currently on the market. So this is super fast. This is a very low number. And again, anything below 4 is a seller's market. So we can see that for the single family home, we have a big time seller's market in San Mateo County. Now, let me also share my screen with you so that we can put all these numbers into perspective and compare them with previous months and year over year. So this is in terms of number of properties that came on the market, and we can see that we closed October very strong. So October was the highest month ever in this year. It was stronger than September, and comparing it to previous years, so year over year, we can see that September, October are hugely above, big time above last year. So last year, October, we were at 400, I would say 80 properties that came on the market, while this year it's even almost double, which is amazing. Now we're hoping that the market will continue to be strong this month in November so that we can have very similar levels of properties coming on the market and hopefully the same activity of sale. Now, the number of properties that, or the days on the market, so how many days it's taking properties to sell. So we can see that the first week of November, it's taking properties 4 days more or longer to sell, which is still very good. So we're at almost the average of the US in today. So we were at 20 days, almost 21 days last month. November first week, we're at 25 days. Now comparing this to last year, so November last year, we were at 27, almost 27, we're at 25. So hopefully this number will remain or drop to keep properties moving really fast and selling fast. Now this chart shows us the price per square foot, and this is important to understand how stable are the property values in general for the single family home. So we can see that there is a jump in the average per square foot in the single family homes that has been selling during this first week of November. So we jumped above all the months of this year. This is really great. So although taking properties 4 days longer than last month, but this is a stronger wait. This is a really good time to wait to get higher prices, which is great. And comparing this to last year, we can see that the first week of November has surpassed all the months for this year and 2019. So this is what's happening in San Mateo County and in general in the US economy. I hope this information was helpful, and if you are interested to learn more about your neighborhood, your specific property, how to sell in this very strong market, and challenging at the same time. Do you want to, should you sell today or wait until next year? These are very important questions that you need to have more information to make informative decision before you move forward. So I'll leave you now. Please be safe. And if you are interested in San Francisco market, tune in the next few minutes. I'll come back with information on that market. So have a wonderful weekend.